So I've gone back and forth about whether or not I want to do this video, because I haven't done a good rant video in a while. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Every time I feel like I'm on the fence about doing a rant video and do it, it's usually received really well. You guys really usually tend to appreciate hearing what I have to say when I have to rant. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm frustrated about a couple of things right now. One is the fusion, and we'll talk about that. And two is that it's Halloween Day, and that there's no evidence in the game at all of it being Halloween Day. I mean, we didn't really get anything at all for Halloween. We got that wheel, that trick-or-treat wheel, which conceptually was fun, cool idea. I don't know if anyone won anything from it. I haven't heard of anyone win anything from it, and that doesn't mean they didn't. I'm just saying I haven't heard about it. Wouldn't blow my mind if no one did. And then we got Deck of Fate, which had a pumpkin in it. So I guess that's kind of like a Halloween event. But other than that, we didn't get... She's undead. Maybe she's the Halloween fusion, because she's an undead champ. I don't know how they keep doing this. I don't know how and they're gonna get away with it. And I don't know how they keep getting away with it. But for example, actually, let's do this. Let me show you Infinite Magic Raid real quick. Make that like that. Just real quick. Today's Halloween and Infinite Magic Raid, and this is what launched today. You click on this for the Halloween event. There's a whole page of Halloween events. There is this, which is 3-day login rewards, a new epic champ, an avatar, some gems, some summons, lots of gems, some summons, just a little 3-day login bonus for logging in for the days surrounding Halloween. There's Halloween packs, which is pretty standard, right? There's some limited time heroes you can get, legendary and epic. There is a mini game. It's trio match, so like you put 3 things that match, that touch each other, they turn into the next thing up. Your goal is to keep stair-stepping them up until they turn into the biggest thing, and then you go to the next map. And the rewards in it have been pretty good so far, all Halloween themed. And then limited time dungeons. I've done the first one, I'm working on the second one now. You jump in here. I'm actually gonna have to restart this one because it's a little bit harder than this account's ready for. My main account should be fine, but it's, you know, Halloween stuff, and there's been really good rewards in here. Actually, I've been surprised at how good the rewards have been in here. I've gotten some 4-star, the equivalent of like 4-star chickens, a sacred shard, and I've only played the first one. I've only gotten the rewards from the first one. But like, lots of stuff going on, right? This game's a couple of months old at this point, and it's got one of the more extensive Halloween events I've ever seen in a mobile game. And then we jump back over to Raid, and it looks no different than it does every other day. Which, let me be clear, like, it's not a huge deal, but it's just kind of, it represents how much they give a shit about their player base. And it's been no secret that they don't give a shit about their players. They don't care if you enjoy this game. They don't care if you enjoy the game. And that's made evident in everything that they do. They don't try to have... They already had a decoration for Christmas, so they just throw it back on for Christmas. Other than that, they don't do anything. When they come out with skins, they're always at the top of a tournament or behind some sort of paywall. Every event and tournament we do is a net negative. You're gonna come out of the tournament with less than you went in with. And then just like this time, it's like, why no extra copies of the epic? If we're going to this champ training event, look at this shit, 9,350 points to get one of the rares, dude. Because they can't be bothered to come up with an alternative to the way that they usually do things. So this time it was like, well, we're not putting epics in the fusion, so throw a rare down there, fuck them. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so uninspired and boring, and it's just getting so exhausting. They are not surprised that people are mad that there's no extra epic. They're not surprised. They've been doing fusions nonstop for 3 years. They have more data than you could imagine about how we react to fusions and stuff. They know how to do it right. They just don't do it right, and I don't understand what the point is. They didn't even put pumpkins on the banners. You know what I mean? The 3-year anniversary, at least we got some cake put in the game. Like, we can't even get pumpkin. The only pumpkin I've seen is here. Like, damn, bro. Just everything they do is so dumb to me. They dropped a new faction during Halloween week that has nothing to do with Halloween. Hang on to that for 3 more weeks. Drop some Halloween champs. Hang on to that new faction for 3 more weeks. Drop it mid-November when the Halloween festivities are done, and carry on. Why are you not doing anything for your players? This is the only game I've ever played that is not doing anything for its players. I downloaded a game a few nights ago that I'm strangely addicted to make myself sleepy, because it kept popping up in the App Store. And I thought, I couldn't sleep one night, and I was like, I need a game to make me tired. And this game is called It's Literally Just Mowing, is the name of the game. And it is just that. You just cut grass, and you unlock visual upgrades for your lawnmower and shit. And every yard that I've cut since I downloaded the game has had Halloween decorations in it. A game where all you do is cut yards has Halloween decorations in it, and the #1 fucking mobile RPG, the most ambitious RPG of our time, couldn't be asked to throw some pumpkins on the forge. Like, I'm getting so sick of it. And like, I don't even care for me. I'm not doing the fusion. I don't care if she's good. I don't care if there's extra epics. I'm not participating. I don't give a fuck. I don't really care about there being Halloween stuff in the game, but it just represents how little they care. And I don't know how they keep getting away with caring so little about their players. Aside from big content drops that they probably have to do, because they have to deliver something to the shareholders about what they're doing, right? It can't literally just be the same game for 3 years, so we have to get big content drops. So that's the driving force there. But if you look at our day-to-day life, our day-to-day quality of life in Raid and what we have going on every single day in the game, for 3 years, it's been fusions and literally the same events. Literally the same events. The only thing that changes about these events is the picture on the banner, and sometimes they'll pepper in stuff from some of the new content. So now we've got Mortal Soul coins and shit. But it's the same shit. It's the same low value, not worth the resources you're putting in shit that they've been doing for 3 years. There are some very basic quality of life things that they have still not implemented in this game. They haven't fixed their artifact sorter. It's so clunky. There's so much, and all these new games are coming out. Actually, after this part of the video, I'll do a quick showcase for you for a game. I've teased that I've been talking to some devs for a long time about a game, and it's dropping on November 9th. So at the end of this video, I'll do a quick 2 or 3 minute showcase for you. I'll just show you a little bit of what the game looks like. I'm going to do some more dedicated videos later, but I'll go ahead and tell you how you can pre-register for it and be ready for it when it drops on November 9th. There'll be a link below for that, and you'll get some pre-registration goodies and stuff. It's real good, man. And it's just another example of these games just continuing to get better and better and better as they come out. And eventually, and this one might be the one of these games is going to have it all figured out, because all the information's there. Like, Infinite Magic Raid is real close. They need to fix an issue with how much food's available, but they're this close to having a solid game all around. And Raid's been at this shit for 3 years, and we've been hollering at them for 3 years about the same shit. And they're not getting it. They don't care. It's fusions, it's the same events, it's the same old shit, man. And it just drives me up the wall that they keep getting away with it. Thankfully, I have a really good time making content for this game. I really enjoy you guys. You guys make this a lot of fun for me. If it was reliant, if me doing this was relying on my love for the game, I would have stopped doing this a long time ago. I am so over this game right now. Like I said, I enjoy it well enough. I enjoy the Free to Succeed. I enjoy the Rare and a Go. Way more than that, I enjoy the skits and the comedy and the outlet that this game gives me to make the kind of content that I want to make. And I think I've learned a lot about how to make that kind of content. And I'm going to start to carry that over to another channel and start trying to grow something that's independent of any other game, so that I'm not reliant on any of these games' success, or you know what I mean? Because this just isn't it. It has everything it needs to be it, and they just refuse to make it it. You know what I mean? That's so exhausting. It's so exhausting to be frustrated about the same shit for years, and have them just act like they have no idea what's going on. The no epics in the fusion thing is literally just spitting in the player's face. Why? Why is there no extra epic anywhere in these events? That's silly. You knew that was gonna piss everybody off. And it's a holiday. There should be holiday things going on. You should be giving shit to your players for the holiday, and instead you put Harvest Jack on a pack, and that's our on a horrible pack, mind you. A horrible, but 2 sacred shards for $25. They see what I'm saying? They're like, I may have said this before, they're like the hot girl that thinks it's your privilege to be here. Like, they act like they think it's your pleasure to be playing the game. Whereas other games act like they're happy to have you. Raid acts like you should be happy to be here. And somehow that has twisted its way around into their success. I've never seen a game so brutal to their players. So often. Everything is a net negative. Everything they do is for their gain blatantly. They're not even clever about it. The Halloween spin in the wheel thing, I guarantee you the driving force behind that was to generate, because they know a lot of people are going to just go make a bunch of new accounts so that they have fresh codes so that they can spin that fucking wheel and it looks real good on their metrics because they got a lot of new accounts being made. Same thing with this referral system. This wasn't for us. This isn't to reward us for getting their game out there. It's because they know people are going to want this shit, so they're going to make a bunch of referral accounts so they can get all this stuff. It's not for us. It's never for us. Not one little sliver of anything they ever do is for us as the players. And somehow they continue to sit at the top of the mountain. It's insanity, bro. It's insanity. So, anyway, I don't know. I guess I just wanted to make a video to rant. I haven't done a good rant video in a while. And I guess in case there's anyone else out there thinking that, because I haven't heard anyone really saying any of this lately. I don't know that they're not. I haven't been watching a lot of the guys' videos lately because I've been super busy. Maybe someone else has already been saying this, but like, if you haven't heard it from someone else and you needed to hear it from one of us, I'm aware. I see it too. I see this lack of effort, this uninspired, lazy, couldn't give less of a shit about the players. Couldn't make it more clear that you don't give a shit. Like, damn, dude, it's wild. It's wild how little they're trying. But anyway, that's it. I'm done. Let's jump over now, real quick, 2 or 3 minutes, just a quick showcase, let you see what the game looks like. And then if you want to check it out, I'll have a link below in the description, and I'll probably pin it in the pinned comment if I remember. The pre-registration link for iOS and Android. And then again, you'll get some goodies stacked so that when the game does launch and you download it, you'll start off with some summon tickets. And we'll talk about all that in some later videos. Like I said, I'm going to make some more videos on it. But anyway, let's hop over and take a look. All right, so Eternal Evolution. Again, if you want to pre-register for this, there's a link down below. Get some goodies on your account. We'll talk more about it all later. I just wanted to give you a quick look at everything. The hero models in the game are real dope, man. Real sharp graphics. It's nice to see a game. One of the things I guess they've learned watching Raid is that people care a lot about the graphics on these games, and they delivered really, really well. These are very, very, very sharp graphics. And even in battle, it looks real good. Character models are really cool. Let's take a look at some of the gallery. That's what I want to do, to learn how to navigate. Let's just jump in here. So like up here, we've got our strong, our Triple S champs. I think he's a relatively new one. They've got some really cool cinematics and stuff for the game too, like in their commercials and all that. But the it's an interesting hybrid. It's an auto battler, but one of the things about auto battlers that I have not liked is that there's not really a lot of variation in the way that you build champs. So everybody's kind of just building the same champs, and everybody ends up with the same team, and the meta's the same, and everybody does the same thing. Here, there's enough diversity in the champs, first of all, but there's also equipment, and there was an update recently, so I'm getting used to it. There's actually different sets that do different things. So you actually build your champs with different sets for different stuff, which I really appreciate that, because sometimes there's these games that I would really like, but again, when everybody's building the same champs exactly the same way and there's no variation, it gets kind of boring. This doesn't have that going on. So you have to gear your champs uniquely, which again, I think offers a lot. And then here, this is the combat setup screen. So I can't win this fight yet. I have some upgrades to make, but you can see I can drag champs around in this grid, and it matters a lot how you set your champs up. So you see you've got different classes, like she's my tank, he's a tank, we've got this guy, we've got different classes that do different things, right? And you can drag them all around and set up different types of formations, and there's different ways that champs react to where they are in the formation, and there's a lot of depth here. It's really, really cool. And then when you start, let's get him back in. Let's pull, actually, let's change it up a little bit. Let's put you two up front, put you there, and y'all be back here. We're probably gonna lose this one because I need to make some upgrades, but I'll just show you what the battle looks like. So if you click on auto, one of the things you can do is you can have everyone on auto, or you can just have certain champs on auto. And that's pretty cool, depending on, like, if someone has a certain ult that you don't want them to use every time it gets full, because this is one of those, when their ult meter fills up, you click their picture and use their ult. So you can turn certain champs off and on of auto, which I think is really sick. I think that's a really cool feature. I don't think I've seen that before. And then up here, you can get kind of a report of damage and stuff, the different stats everyone's contributing, and you can see how they're contributing to the fight, and, like in real time. And again, graphics are real sharp. It's been a lot of fun to play. It's been really interesting to see it develop. It looks a lot different than when I started it. I mean, it wasn't too long after I got to Australia. I might have even been talking with them before I got here. It's been several months, and it's been interesting to see it develop over the last few months. It's come a long way, and the devs have been real cool to work with. Hey, see, I think just changing my formation there made the difference, because I was running my team set up differently, and I'm pretty sure they failed this last time I tried it. So just changing the formation, because this guy right here, he has benefits to being in the middle because of the way his ult shoots out on a cone. Another thing I forgot to show you actually is you can have some control over their ult. So I'll show you what I'm talking about with him when his ult fills up. Hopefully he doesn't die before I get to do it. All right, so watch. Now I can pick, like, I can control where he shoots it. And you can either have it set up to work like a joystick or like this. I prefer it like this. This is a lot easier for me to control. So like if there's a problematic area, I can direct him to there instead of relying on him to figure out where the problems are, which again, I think is super dope. So there's just a lot of really cool stuff in this game that they're doing that I haven't seen a lot of these games do. And there's a lot of depth to it. And again, we'll get into all that later. I didn't want this to be super long. I think I've already spent longer doing this than I wanted. But I'm going to be showing off more of the mechanics, more of the different types of gameplay, more of the champions and all that stuff. So if it interests you at all, again, link below, you can pre-register. November 9th it drops, and I'm planning on hitting this one pretty hard, honestly. I'm probably going to be covering it a lot on the second channel, but I will be covering it over here on this channel a little bit as well. So that's it. Now I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate you guys listening to the rant and checking out the spotlight of Eternal Evolution. I'm pretty excited about this one. I think the only mobile game I've been more excited about is that new Final Fantasy one, Ever Crisis. I'm still the most excited about that than I've ever been for a mobile game. But this one, since I'm so familiar with it and I know how good it is, I've been really stoked to share this with you guys, so I'm glad we're at a point where I can, and we're this close to it dropping globally. So I definitely think you should pre-register and check it out when it drops. So that's it. I'm getting out of here. Appreciate y'all. Hope you have a good one. Later.